This week we're going to highlight the potential impact on U.S. corn exports of the destruction of the grain export facilities in Ukraine. We're also going to take a look at crop conditions here in the U.S. and wrap things up taking a look at the forecast for the U.S. weather. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We moved into the last week in July and this market remains historically volatile. We're going to start out this week looking at the potential impact on corn exports from the destruction of the grain facilities in Ukraine. Now we know that you've seen this on the news, but this is just a picture provided by the Ukraine's military showing the destructions of a grain storage facility on the Danube River. Very serious losses incurred across that area this week. This is a very fluid situation, but our first look here at the 23-24 export program for Ukraine includes looking at USDA's forecast at 19.5 million tons. Then we'd look at a potential reduction of 1/3, or in this chart shows 2/3 of the exports. And then the most catastrophic situation possibility would be 1/3 of the exports. We've highlighted November, December, and January because that's one of the most heaviest export time periods for Ukraine. On a normal year, no impact, if you will, be about 330 million bushels shipped out of Ukraine in those 3 months. At 1/3, that would drop by 220 million bushels down to about 110 million bushels. So this is something the market's trying to get its arms around. Again, this is not carved in stone. It's a very fluid situation, but it's our first look at the updated situation from Ukraine. Now let's shift gears and look at crop conditions here in the U.S. Our map this week highlights unchanged conditions nationwide at 57% good to excellent. Notice last year at this time we were 61%. We did see some improvement in Illinois as well as Kansas and Indiana, but we did see some declines ranging from 1% in Iowa all the way up to 6% in Minnesota. Let's now take a look at our aggregate crop condition index. Now the aggregate index here stabilized this week. Actually, it was unchanged from a week ago. We've left 2012 on the chart again to compare that while the 2023 crop year was tracking closely with 2012 through late June, that has certainly changed the last month. Let's now take a look at crop progress, specifically looking at corn silking. We're looking at 68% of the crop is pollinating as we speak here in the last week in July. Over the next 2 weeks on average, from July 23rd to August 6th, another 26% of the corn will pollinate, so we could be looking around 90 to 95% of the crop pollinating, or having been pollinated by the first week in August. Of course, weather is a critical component for pollination. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at a big warm-up in temperatures. All that heat that you've seen on the news from the southwest is expanding and moving north and east across the Midwest. That'll be through the remainder of this week, especially starting Tuesday, Wednesday. What about moisture? Now, there is some moisture forecast associated with this change in weather. Through Saturday of this week, that pink area, they're looking for some rainfall across Minnesota on Tuesday night. Moving further east, that red area was looking for a cluster around Wednesday, and through that green area all the way through Saturday, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. How about next week, July 31st to August 6th? Temperatures moderate a little bit further north. Still warm, though, out west and south. What about rainfall? Rainfall next week. There is some rainfall, again, in that green area. We'll just have to see the amounts, and we'll fine-tune that forecast as we get closer to that time. Let's quantify now things over the next 2 weeks. And we're looking here at that yellow area being very close to normal, and the darker area slightly dry. So again, not a catastrophic situation in terms of dryness, but those temperatures are something obviously the market is very concerned about. Let's wrap things up this week looking at long-term trends in December corn futures. Now December corn here as we tape here on Tuesdays, trading around $5.60 a bushel. Strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet during this time of historical price volatility. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.